What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. And today in this video, we will be discussing tell me how you really feel. Manic Man Crush, welcome back, Kata, and is this your king? So let's get it popping. Yeah. Welcome back to the channel. Appreciate you hanging out with your boy. Today we have some Ravens news. Not that long ago, the Baltimore Ravens signed defensive tackle Angelo Black, former Chicago Bear, is looked at as a rotational. Last year he had considerable playing time and he tackles 2.5 sacks. That being said, you should already know he is not going to be counted on to mount a pass rush. He is probably just a guy to give someone a breather. This wasn't very high on my radar. But, you know, it's Ravens news, so what are you going to do? The ninth-year defensive tackle has played for 4 teams. He's played for the Titans, Texans, Cards, and Bears. Now the Ravens. So in 9 seasons, 5 teams. Hopefully he will provide some depth. Maybe situationally late in the year, he'll give us a little bit of something that we need. But I'm not expecting much of it. I saw on Twitter today that his name is an odd way to spell Marcus Peters. And I have to agree.
That leads us to our next topic. We discussed this yesterday, and there's going to be people out there pushing back. Ravens fans, misguided Ravens fans. Hey, Ravens fans, I'm talking to you here. Give me a moment, Chris. I just want to have a conversation with our friends out there who root for the Baltimore Ravens. I'm NBA MVP Nikola Jokic making it to his first ever NBA Finals. We draft NFL players who need to get to the Super Bowl for the first time in their careers. Chris, you're up.
Lamar Jackson. That's who I'll go with. Hey, we started the show talking about him. We might as well end the show talking about him.
Yo, my man, back up.
Get it. I get it. Everybody needs something to write about. Everybody needs that clickbait to get people to watch their shows, click on their channels, give them the views, whatever it is. But Mike Florio, please let it rest. I mean, I would respect you a little bit more if you just came out and said, look, I have a man crush on Lamar Jackson, because he seems to be the only topic of value on your show. And you started off the clip saying, I know we spoke about this yesterday. Well, if you spoke about it yesterday, why are you speaking about it again the next day? I don't get it. So, I mean, if you're really feeling him, if you're really a fan, just say you're a fan. Don't try to come off as combative, as you're giving him knowledge and you're concerned about his career and his finances and you want the best for him. Just say, look, I'm a fan and I'm mad you won't talk back to me. What was that song by Eminem? Was it Stan? He might be a Lamar Stan. Isn't that what the kids say? No. But anyway, he says to win a championship, Lamar has to be present to get acclimated with his teammates, to learn the playbook. So to me, you're saying this man is at home, and just because he's newly minted with money, he's doing nothing but spending that money and partying. He's not learning the playbook. He's not going over the plays. He's just lollygagging around and just going to show up for the season and do what he does. Listen, I get it. He received a lot of money. He did. But some people aren't a slave to the system. They aren't a slave to the money. If he had prior engagements, he had prior engagements. You know if he's fully healthy. You don't know the whole story. Like, I don't know the whole story. That's why I don't speculate and drag people down when they don't do things. My only concern is when the season begins, is he ready to play? That's the only concern. And I know you and Phil Sims said something about, yes, you know, he needs to win a Super Bowl to quiet down the haters. Lamar can win the next 2 Super Bowls, and you people would still have something to say about it. I just don't get it. It's time for you to find a new subject and move on. And speaking of Lamar, guess who's in Baltimore? Lamar Jackson. So the second day of OTAs, Lamar is present. Do we know if he's going to participate? I don't know yet. I'm sitting back waiting, looking for some news to see what's going on. If he does, good. If he doesn't matter. He showed up to support his teammates. There has been speculation that OBJ, Zay Flowers are going to be there. Zay Flowers said yesterday, but OBJ may be in the building. So we may have a full complement of our offense to kind of get a look and see a breakdown of what they actually are going to look like for the season. Because for most of us Ravens fans, that is all that we care about. How is this offense going to perform? Because many of us believe the defense should be intact, even though we've lost a few pieces. And speaking of a few pieces being lost, apparently Chuck Clark with the New York media, I don't know if it was his introductory press conference, I don't know what it was, but he was speaking to the media and he stated that he wanted to leave the... Exactly, who cares? He's no longer part of the flock. Why are y'all debating this? He's no longer here. Doesn't matter what happened, what didn't happen. Now somehow Earl Thomas was right and punching him. Like, make that make sense to me. Why are y'all so worried about somebody that's not here anymore? He didn't want to be here. He got gone. For whatever reason, he felt disrespected. The Ravens didn't want him. It doesn't matter. Let's move on with the pieces that we have. That's most important. All right, before we continue, let's get a word from our sponsors, my man B Squared. Go check out his store. And before we run into that, make sure August 4th, you are at the hottest party of the summer as the LBHT crew, Open Mic with OTR Mike, Chris Just Joking, Sip the Tally Films, and myself are going to be at the hottest jam in Baltimore, especially Howard County, with the meet and greet. Come see us, get some food, some fun, some drinks, some prizes. Hang out with your boy. Listen, if you're down with the crew, you already know about my man Brandon Bazel, Ghost, as he's affectionately called throughout the Discord. Now, my man has come out with his own virtual store, so make sure you drop by here. The link is going to be up here, and it's also going to be in the description. Holiday time's coming up, with the weather being as unpredictable as it's been lately. If you need something to keep your drinks cold, we got it. If you need something else to keep your drinks warm, we got that too. So make sure you drop by his store, check out his merchandise, and buy something. Support the channel, support the homie. Just so you know, the store is under construction, so coming really soon in the near future, we're going to have more merchandise, more selection, whatever you guys want. Listen, let us know what kind of designs tickle your fancy, because B Squared is out to satisfy the customer. And PFF has given their list of breakout performers for the upcoming season, and the breakout performer for the Ravens happens to be David Ojabo, which many believe is going to have an outstanding season. Somehow his presence is going to unlock Odafe Owe and make him a better pass rusher. Now for me, I like to temper expectations, because I've said for a long time, we put too much pressure and too much expectation on young players. And it's not like we even surround them with enough talent to shine. We place all the pressure upon them. It happened with Queen, it happened with Owe, now it's happening with Ojabo. We are expecting him to lead a pass rush that pretty much doesn't have anything around him. Now, I know that they have Tyus Bowser, but he's not a sack master. We have Owe. We don't know what we're going to get from him. And we expect this rookie coming off an injury that really played 1.5 significant games to come in and be a superstar. I've heard 13 sacks. I've heard 11 sacks. How about we just be happy if he gets 6? How about we be happy if he can make it through a season relatively healthy? How about we be happy if this gentleman can stay healthy, learn the game, and make an impact during the playoffs? Let's not expect him to be the savior. I expect him to be better than he was last year, because he played 1 game. He played 2 games in the playoff game. So he has to be better, right? He got 1 sack. Can't get worse than that unless you owe it. So he could be the breakout player. Who knows? It could be Travis Jones. He's got a year of NFL experience under his belt. He knows about strength and dieting now. He knows what to expect coming in the season. So he could possibly be a breakout candidate. Or it could be Charlie Kolar. Being that we lost Josh Oliver, he may get an opportunity to get more playing time. Now, if he can stay healthy, he could be the breakout performer on offense. Time will tell. We need to get these OTAs down. We need to get training camp started so we can see live contact on what these guys are bringing into the next season. I myself am excited to see where we can go, because for the first time in a long time, I feel like the Ravens are Super Bowl contenders. I believe this is a Super Bowl contending team. I have not felt that way recently in the past. And whoa. I know a lot of y'all gonna come at me and be like, how could you believe we weren't a Super Bowl contending team? Really? 2019. I thought we were going to win the Super Bowl. But other than that, what year did you really think, or could you really say that you were confident in the Ravens winning the Super Bowl or even making it there? There's a thought, there's a possibility, there was speculation, there's conjecture. There was no true belief that the Ravens were going to do a whole lot of anything because of the offense. But now we have done some things to turn things around. We did a 180. We got rid of that offensive coordinator. We brought in a few pieces. Now, hopefully those pieces can stay healthy. And if they do, we should be one of the top offenses in the NFL. That's to go with the defense that was kind of getting their feelers in. They got better as the season went on. And hopefully with a couple more additions, guys maturing, guys learning their roles, they can take that next step into a top 5 defense. And I'm not talking statistically. I'm talking a top 5 defense.
Men lie, women lie, numbers don't.
And last but not least, I've been sitting on this for a couple of days, but the Denver Nuggets have advanced to the NBA Finals, ousting LeBron James and the Lakers. And what happens after the game? Your man being swept for the 3rd time in his career. Instead of him doing his normal speak, what does he do? He likes to deflect. Just like he likes to pretend like he's injured in the game to have an excuse for if the team loses or not. What does he do? He talks about possible retirement. He hints that he may be done. He may want to give it up. Come on, bro. All this time, all we've heard is, I want to play with my son. Now, possibly a year removed from that, because, Bronny's going to USC and he needs 1 year and then he can go to the NBA, possibly. Who's to say? But you're telling me you waited all of this time and 1 year removed from it. Now you're going to contemplate retirement, or are you deflecting from the fact that you just got swept in the playoffs? You just got swept out of the Western Conference Finals, and you need to deflect that narrative and that title and move it to something else, because now all I'm saying is LeBron James going to call it quits? Oh my God, gasp, eat gads. What is he going to do? No. And he's done this his whole career. He's deflected when things have not gone his way. So LeBron, just let the people know you are coming back for your 21st season and possibly your 22nd, because once Bronny comes out, like I said, whatever team that drafts him will possibly be the team that you go to so you and your son can play together and make history once again. Because LeBron is a historian of the game. I give him the fact that his basketball IQ, his knowledge of the game, his just knowledge of anything in general when it comes to the NBA is on point. And yes, you are the leading scorer in NBA history, but culturally, would it not be cool to say, I played at the highest level of basketball with my son? With my son. How cool would that be? Because you've been there, you've birthed your child, you've raised your child. You've been at all of his games from a child all the way up until high school. Now, I get to suit up and travel and just spend bonding time with my child, not just as my child, but as my teammate. And that will be talked about forever in basketball. And I think LeBron James knows that. So all this talk about him retiring or calling it quits and I don't know, man, stop the BS. This is another video down. I appreciate all the love. Make sure that you like, subscribe, share the video, comment even. Let the people know. This dude is aight. He makes some video. The YouTube stuff is aight. But my stuff is more John Blaze. I got that John Blaze. But y'all ain't recognized. Shout out to Biggie. I'm just kidding. But I really do appreciate y'all hanging out with your boy and getting me to the point that I am now. So let us continue to grow. Let us continue to make better videos, give you more content, get your input on what you want from me so I can make it happen. You know what I'm saying? It's a us thing. You supply the topics, I provide the videos, and that's how we do it. Until next time, y'all, I'm out. It's your boy,